Can you invest in cars to make money? Many a fan of the car can bear no reservations about making money from buying and selling fabulous vehicles. Most cars quickly depreciate, but Lamborghini investment can pay off. You probably think it's about investing in the classical car market or vintage cars, and this is definitely what some people have done over the years. However, it is notoriously difficult to navigate the second-hand car market, and vehicles can quickly be turned into cash boxes. You must find a vehicle fit in terms of cost, condition and how much you want to drive if you are sure that you invest in a vehicle. You may have a certain model, like a modern classic like the Ferrari 328, but not every passion can be converted into profit. The most important thing to consider is that most cars simply will never be a profit investment. You pay to own a vehicle that you cherish, and you praise the rights. The value of a car depends on different factors, including the number produced, how often, the distance and of course the condition are on the market at a particular time. Adam Hay Nichols, the car expert, suggests selling rare and barely used cars from the 1980s and 1990s and recommends investing in some of Ferrari's most famous supercars. There are good buy-ups of Mercedes, 1970s and the SL, although they are not so much desirable as their 50s and 60s vehicles, he says. Do not forget that these beasts are super fuel thirsty for classic muscle cars like the Ford Mustang, and so if you are interested in making your road trip, prepare to sprinkle your cash. On the other hand, you will be exempted from road tax if you buy a classic or rare car that is over 40 years old. However, there are some vehicles that are so iconic that they care little what their fuel is. Think the Aston Martin V8 Vantage or Carrera 2 Porsche 993. Some models like McLaren, Ferrari or Porsche seem to be built in very limited numbers. To zoom into one of these, you'll need a very heavy bank balance, so it's at the bottom of the market that most of us are looking for our passion for cars, maybe to make a profit. But the second-hand market navigation can be like walking into a viper den. Don't be bitten. The International Historic Automobile Group, HAGI, tracks automobile prices across several indices, and Haggerty offers different tools to help you determine the value of your car you are dreaming of driving. You do not have to buy a car that can increase in value from a rich amount. A top-class Jaguar XJS is, for example, a classic that experts believe will be unlikely to depreciate and may cost less than £15,000. If, according to the Sports Estate Goodwood, you prefer to buy and enjoy a vehicle which is a little more affordable than investment classics, but still should have an equitable value of this, you may be tempted to leave the vehicle in the garage until its value rises, but that's also no if you are solely interested in making profit. In terms of brakes and hydraulics, cars must be driven every now and then, and the engine is to be fully warmed up at least once a month. A car will only grow in value if exceptionally well maintained, but the cost of maintenance and insurance can be eye-watering and cancel any potential increase in the value of the vehicle. Read Joe's story of his car savings of £6,000 and car insurance of £730. By setting up a regular care and maintenance schedule, you can save money because this can prevent large and potentially very expensive problems. It is also essential for a proper storage of an investment vehicle to be properly exposed to damp conditions. When you make a change, keep your car as original as possible, as it can decrease its value by adding modern features to an older model. It is also important that you receive the right insurance for your car and that your insurer knows about changes. The Turo platform is one of the major players in this sector, with car owners cashing for several £100s per day, offering them daily. The Turo registered average car owner in London pays about £500 per month, 8 to 12 days a month, for his car. Of course, renting a car poses risks, especially when it is a classic, and may not be consistent with the hopes that its value will rise over time. The major obstacle is that people looking to finance such a purchase over a couple of years, rather than selling a heavy lump sum for the entire price. Less precious, but not very rarely, cars in mint condition could best be sold through dealers. However, an auction is often the best way forward, if the car needs some refurbishment. Markets and demand in the foreign countries are worth considering. Tastes and trends vary greatly around the world. When I sell, should I pay tax on capital gains? While the sale of certain kinds of personal property such as art or antiques may require capital gain tax, cars are normally free of charge, unless they are used for business purposes. It should be remembered that racing cars, single-seat cars and taxis are not exempt cars and capital gains tax can be owed when selling. When you sell a car, what happens to the tax? When you sell your car you don't pay any remaining route tax to the new owner. Rather, by telling the Driver and Vehicle Licenses Agency, DVLA, that you have no more vehicle or it is off the road, the seller should cancel their tax. The prospective car buyers must pay to retax the automobile. For more, please like, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching.